on it. I'm bouncing on it. On the weather report. See, what did you think I meant? A series of clipper systems to yield additional frozen P across the central and eastern U.S. with showers and thunderstorms for the southeast. You're getting peed on east of the Mississippians. Critical fire risk over the southern high plains today. It's dry. And after a wet week, the dry and benign weather is expected to return to the western U.S. with amplifying west coast ridging shutting off the stubborn atmospheric river once more, including the ongoing mountain snowfall and the low elevation rain to the northern Rockies. That means temperatures going up across the week. Arizona and southern California are expected to get up into the 90s again. Let's check the temperatures. 40s and 50s for Washington and Oregon, 65 to 63 for NorCal, 73 for SoCal. Mountain states have got high 40s and 50s for most of the mountains up north, and then it quickly warms up into the high 50s and 60s for the southwest with, again, 85 down at the Arizona-Mexico border, 82 at the New Mexico-Texas border. Blazy poos, you're cold up top still with 29, 33, 18, 39. It warms up, though, pretty quickly into Nebraska with 64, and then the 70s and hotter everywhere from there south. Texas in the 80s proper, 87 to 82 down at the tip of Texas. Midwesty poos are cold around the lake states with 20s and teens, and then it warms up into the 40s and 50s right below that, 60s by the time you hit Tennessee, high 60s and 70s around the Gulf. New England is cold, but it warms up to about the 40s by the time you get down to New York and New Jersey, 50s by the time you get to the mid-Atlantic and the Outer Banks, 60s and 70s for Georgia, 70 to 73 for Florida. I called Florida its government name. McMurdo Station on the Ross Sea in Antarctica sitting at 16 degrees Fahrenheit, winds from the east at 13, giving you a real feel of 1 degree and partly sunny skies. Marine and beach conditions for Puerto Rico will turn dangerous. Seas building to 6 and 10 feet, and that includes the U.S. Virgin Islands. Waves breaking on the coast expected to exceed 10 feet, producing high surf conditions, life-threatening rip currents, and localized beach erosion. Conditions will be very hazardous for small craft. These are the type of conditions that cause fatalities. Please stay out of the water, follow the beach flags, and remain on land. High surf advisories, small craft advisories, and rip current statements in effect. High temperatures for Puerto Rico, 87, 85, 80, 86 around the coastline, 74 for the interior. Alaska, not a lot of precipitation or frozen pea or wet pea on the map. However, it is cold. As you can see above my big fat head, lots of negative temperatures, negative 10 to 19 on the Arctic Circle, the interior negative 29 to negative 13, around the coastlines negative 9, negative 7, negative 8, warms up only slightly out on the Bering Sea into the lower teens, 37 to 25 for the Aleutians, 19, 17 near Anchorage, 30 for the Panhandle. Hawaii, not too much precipitation, but you are windy with high surf advisories, small craft advisories, and marine weather statements in effect. And daytime high temperatures in the low 70s to the high 70s for most areas, and one part on the Big Island at 82, and colder on the interior. All right, I'm going back to bouncing on it. I mean, working on my client's art. Okay, bye!